Over the summer, Dr. Bishop was appointed for a new role as interim deputy superintendent. We had the opportunity to ask him a little bit about where he is now and what he's been up to in recent months. And welcome to our special guest, Dr. Bishop. Dr. Bishop, how are you doing today?
Brendan, I'm doing fantastic. I am so glad to be back at Taconic in Studio B. So this is fantastic. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
So my first question, of course, is where have you been?
Brendan, it's been one crazy summer, right? If that's a great movie from the 80s. We digress. But anyway, so at the end of the last school year, we went into the summer. Everything was normal for me, as normal as it gets. And all of a sudden, I found myself becoming the interim deputy superintendent because Dr. Mendonza had left. So I went up and was the interim deputy superintendent for a couple of months. And then at the end of August, beginning of September, I slid into an open position in the administration at Mercer, which was the assistant superintendent for instruction, assessment, and educational engagement. Now there's a mouthful, right?
Yeah.
I know that. So now where I'm at is I'm doing that for the year. So I'll be there until July, at which point we'll make a decision if, to come back, which that's the plan at the moment.
Yes, yeah. Very nice.
Yep.
So what is it exactly that you do up at the Mercer Administration Building?
Oh boy. Well, it's an interesting question, and it's a great question because at the school level, I didn't understand how much is involved being in central office. So I do a lot. I did a lot here. It's just a lot there as well. It's just a different kind of a lot. So I'm responsible for helping all 12 schools and 2 programs that we have. So we have 14 total in Pittsfield. So when I was here, I was just focused on Taconic High School, and I loved it, right? And now Taconic High School is one of 14 programs I try to help principals and program directors, as well as staff at Mercer. So, the job has just grown tremendously in terms of trying to support. So I support in terms of curriculum, I support assessments, I support English language learners, I support the nurses, I support, it's very, very widespread. So, whenever a principal has a question, I try to support them and find an answer for them. So I am very busy.
It sounds like a whole lot. Is there one thing that you'd say you miss from being here at Taconic?
Yeah, I just miss being at Taconic, right? And this is going to sound weird, but I am everywhere in Pittsfield Public Schools, right? My job is to support the superintendent and support, all the schools. So I'm everywhere. I'm in all the schools, but I don't feel like I belong anywhere, right? Which is weird. Like when I was here, it was, I felt the strong Taconic community, our school spirit, going to games, going to plays, which I'll still do, obviously, as much as I can. But it's weird when you don't go into a building with kids every day, right? Staff and students who are trying to have a common goal and a common mission of, providing the best education and here, particularly around college and career readiness, right? And so I miss that. I miss my green shoes every day. I had to actually buy shoes like an adult. I couldn't wear my green shoes every day. But and I just miss interacting with students on the regular basis. Like even when we did our Taste of Taconic, right? We were just talking about that. So interacting with the students is something I really miss because you get more removed from that. Like when I was a teacher, obviously you're right in it. When I became I was a dean, I was a vice principal, I was a principal, and each kind of step I made, I found myself a little further away from working with kids regularly. And now I have to be super deliberate about it because I could go a whole day without seeing a student, right? And that's just something I'm trying to avoid. So I am super glad that we're doing this, that I'm here today, and that I've been able to get out to schools because I've been to a lot of the schools already. I visited, worked with principals, walked around elementary, which has been a blast for me to go into elementary schools and see that end of it. But that's really what, the best part of this job is being able to be in the schools with the principals, talking about how we can improve the school and move schools forward.
Yeah. Wow. It sounds like you've really taken a huge step forward, both in your career and just like what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a step. It's a step. And, but like I do, I just wanted to take a minute just because I didn't get a chance really to let everyone know I was leaving. The way it happened, right? It just was it just happened. And I did want to just wish all the students at Taconic and staff the best of luck this year, particularly the seniors. I know you're going to have a great year this year, and just telling everybody real quick, don't forget, take responsibility, have respect, strive for excellence, and read a book.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to get you back on the show at some point for a future, maybe Taste of Taconic episode.
I'm there. I'm your guy. I'm there.
We want to give a big thank you to Dr. Bishop for taking the time out of his day to talk a little bit about what he's been working on.
Now back to the studio.